Hey, peaceful people. Today we are talking about Chango, the Orisha of fire, of power, of thunder, and sensuality. Hello, riders. Hello, how are you? And welcome to my channel. This is Lady Vasori, and let's get ready for the ride. Now, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Hey everybody, we're about to get in this video of Chango. Chango, the African spiritual god. Baby, if you know about Chango and his energy and Ashe, the type of man that is. Before we get into this, let me make something very, very clear. I am not a devotee of Chango, and I don't walk his path personally, okay? I'm only speaking from what I've read, learned, and what I have observed in my own studies and my own conversations with practitioners and everybody else, okay? This is education, not initiation. I am Hoodoo. If you are called to him, you still need to go and find reputable houses or teachers in that tradition, okay? Now let's jump right on into Chango. The name alone carries weight. Have you ever been in the energy of a Chango man? Have you? We're talking about the Orisha of lightning, thunder, fire, passion, power, justice, and victory. King energy. King energy. Chango was an actual king in Yoruban history before he became deified, okay? In the tradition, you treat him like royalty because that's exactly what he is and what he was. First, before we get into the elements of Chango, let's talk about who Chango was and who he is in African spirituality. Chango is the embodiment of masculine force and charisma. He is the dancer in the drum circle, the brawny man, the leader in the war camp. He's that type of energy, the judge in the throne room. He's the one who is going to bring justice when people think they've gotten away with something. Now, in Yoruban beliefs, he is the one hurling lightning bolts from the heavens. And when these bolts hit the ground, they leave behind what looks like stone axe heads called Oshe, okay? Buried in the earth. Now, these can be found after heavy rains, and they are considered sacred. Chango is called to win wars. He is called on to beat enemies that come up against you, to break obstacles and bring you out on top. But that comes with a certain standard. You cannot call on him to do petty, messy, or unjust works. That's not his lane. Now, let's talk about his wives. Let's go into that and their devotees. Now, Chango had 3 principal wives: Oba, Oshun, and Oya, okay? And each one says something about the kind of energy he kept around him. Now, first, let's start off with Oba. Oba tends to be loyal. She's a home center or a homebody type of energy. They value deep commitment. She was at peace in the home. She valued commitment with him. Many of her devotees or caregivers or folks who have been through heartbreak, okay, and want healing without losing themselves again. That is Oba. Now, his other wife, Oshun, she was drawn to beauty, abundance, and pleasure. They love art, they love luxury, they love sweetness, anything that attracts love and prosperity. They bring in honey, flowers, fresh waters, asking for love, creativity, and sweet outcomes as well. Now, his wife, Oya, she was very bold. Very bold. She was the type of energy that she was unafraid to start over. Burn away the old and bring in the new type of energy and step into the storm fire type energy. A lot like myself, I would say. They honor her with a lot of different things. I did a video on Oya. If you guys want to see that video, go back a little bit. That is a new video I uploaded. Full detail on Oya. Now, Shango's Ashe, that is again the power, the justice, and victory type of energy. You may be outspoken. You are very bold. The ones who refuse to be bullied, you cannot bully Shango. They keep it vibrant. They are very commanding. He's a commanding type of energy. And to go to him, be within your courage, your respect, and the strength to win. Because he's going to make you fight. Now let's go into building that altar for Chango. If you're going to build an altar for Chango, you have to get the details right. Because details are respect in his work. So I got my books out as well, but some of the things you will need is a small table or a clear space. I was told that you can put it on the floor. You're going to need a white cloth for the base, red cloth diagonally over it. Okay, so that's your red and white. You're going to need a glass or crystal bowl for water. You're going to wash it with salt water before you use it. You can also add fresh basil or sage onto his altar. Pure olive oil is good. Some offerings that you can give him is red apples. He loves yams, corn, dry red wine, whole red chilies, honey. He loves spicy foods. Now I'm going to jump to my book. It also says that he loves large portions. Y'all don't fix him no baby plate. Pile his plate up. He's a man's man. He loves a large plate. Again, offering him red foods. Y'all can get red apples, red palm oil. His favorite meals, cook with yams, corn, peppers, and he loves cooked crab. Cascarilla powder you can add, and sugar cane. He also loves okra and pomegranates as well as pumpkins. He does not accept rum, but he is partial, y'all, to dry red wines. Table wine is good. He will not accept cigars as an offering either. When he takes possession of one of his initiates, he will eat literally the embers of any cigar that is smoked in his presence. He does not accept rum or cigars. Don't even do it. Okay? His sacred animals are roosters, rams, turtles, turkeys, lambs, quail, guinea hens, and bulls. Another thing that you can place on his altar is like pieces of wood and a double-bladed axe symbol. You can also place the frame image or a statue of Chango. His number is 6. Is sacred to him. So you'll see 6 apples, you'll see 6 chilies. The apples are best to keep refrigerated. Let me tell you why before that. Not because it's mystical, but because you're bringing the best and the freshest you can. He was a king, y'all. He was very royal. Okay, so don't be giving him no bruised apples, bruised fruit. It's pretty, it's presentational. You wouldn't hand a king bruised room temperature fruit. So don't ever hand it to Chango. Set it up in a way that it looks very powerful and pleasing. For him, you want to overdo it. Fill the bowl with water. Add a splash of wine. Place your offerings and make sure you keep it clean. And I know somebody may ask me, why no rum or cigars, Lady V? Yeah, I had to go look myself when I read that. And I want to tell y'all why he does not do that. Now, I see this mistake all the time online. You think people pouring rum or putting cigars on a Chango altar. Let me be blunt. Chango doesn't take those, y'all. That's not tradition. That's by far disrespectful for him, and it's not going to work in your favor. So don't even do it. And yes, these are offerings for other Orishas or spirits. For Shango, you stick to what's his: apples, honey, chilies, yams, wine. Giving an Orisha something they didn't ask for can offend them. It is considered disrespectful or just make them ignore you altogether. So it's not about what's convenient for you, it's about showing you know who you're talking to. You got to know them first. Now, I did read and find out that Shango has a lot of different paths. So, a lot of different paths. Shango is an archetype for children or who fell under the Orisha's influences. He is very energetic, passionate, bright, intellectual, proud, and very arrogant. He does not tolerate opposition. He does not tolerate opposition. I would say a Shango energy, he could be possibly, I would say, a protector, but he most definitely is a womanizer. He loves women. He is fond of partying and gambling. Very extremely generous, I shall say, and will readily part with any possessions in order to help someone. The Shango person or archetype, they are highly creative and very artistic, and they rarely fail to leave a lasting impression on those who meet them. Now let's go into petitioning Shango. Let's talk about it. You go to Shango again when you need justice, you need some courage, a win in court maybe, or to finally break through something that's been holding you down, okay? The traditional way is to start with prayers. The Lord's Prayer is good, Hail Mary, or whatever prayer to the Creator you use is good. Some traditions open with a petition to Papa Legba first to open the gate. For this offering, you line in a wooden bowl with cotton. You're going to rub 6 apples over your body while telling Shango the injustices that you have been facing. You're going to add the apples and 6 whole chilies, red chilies, to the bowl. Pour honey over them and leave it under a tree in the woods, in the forest, but leave it under the tree. That's your request for his help. I want to read to y'all something that I found out about Shango as well, his devotees, the women. Women are his special priestesses and greet him every morning, raising their breasts with both hands while facing the sun. Did you ever think that? It's kind of inviting, right? I know. Now, the original king, let's talk about that right quick, okay? Among the Yorubas, he is said to originate in the land of Oya, where he was the 4th king. Now, Shango, again, was a living person who, as a king of Oyo, was a very violent and tyrannical and very fond of witchcraft. He was very fond of witchcraft. They say one day a spell he was casting on his enemies backfired and a bolt of lightning fell on his palace, killing his wives and children. Desolate, the king hung himself, causing scorn to fall upon his name. Shortly after, his kingdom became the target of destructive thunderstorms. In this story, and his former subjects, fearful of Shango's wrath, began chanting, "The king did not hang," upon which the phenomena ceased. Y'all read this story on Chango. Go back and read it. Let's get back to the deities, y'all. Read for knowledge. I can't give it all to you. It's a lot of information on the actual King Chango. Go find out. Okay? I gave you a little bit. Go find out. Now, I'm going to show you guys some of the books that I got my information from. or some of my information, not all of it, but some of it. This one here is a book that I got a long time ago, so I use this one. And Chango is in my Encyclopedia of Spirits book as well. And in this book, Chango is very powerful. It talks about he is a lover boy supreme. That's his name, lover boy supreme. He has a male beauty. He has a procreative energy. He is a one. He loves it, y'all. He loves women. Petition him to share a little of his essence. He is going to provide fertility, luck and love, and male schmexumal prowess. Okay? Chango is again invoked for courage and justice. Lightning is understood as an instrument of divine justice for him, retribution, and protection. He is the wielder of lightning, like I said. You can call on him for victory over enemies, protects from all evil. Chango breaks hexes, curses, and evil spells. And in this book as well, it says that Chango is very proud. He's very temperamental, volatile, a womanizer, amazingly generous, compassionate, and tireless on behalf of those he loves. He's a ladies' man. It keeps saying that. And he loves music. He is most beloved of all Orishas. Okay? He loves dancers, drummers, twins. Chango is a patron of Trinidad and Tobago. Apologize. His manifestation, Chango typically appears as an incredibly handsome, charismatic man. He often wears a red coat covered with cowrie shells. His days of the week, Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday, dependent upon the tradition. His elements, I told y'all wood, but it's also fire as well. His planets, the sun and Mars. Petition around during a thunderstorm. Those are most effective with him. Now that is all that I have on Chango for today, y'all. He's a king. I gave y'all a lot of information on Chango. You come correct, you get results. You come sloppy, you gonna get nothing or worse. Okay? So Chango, fire, thunder, justice, and victory. If you learn something new, drop it in the comments. And if you work with him, I love to hear about your experiences. Y'all don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share for more, and it's greatly appreciated. If you're new here, welcome in. Y'all, I do try to drop fresh videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And make sure you hit the notification bell and subscribe so you do not miss anything. Y'all have an amazing day. Ashe. Bye.